Thank you. So let's start from where we left. Identify the verbs here. I dreamt about Santa Claus last night, so I woke up happily. What are the verbs that you can see?
Ma'am, woke and dreamt.
Correct. And they are in which tense?
Ma'am, past tense.
So this entire sentence is in past tense. Perfect. Now, my next question is again for everybody. So please stay attentive. Don't verbally give the answer, but write it in the chat box. Which tense is this sentence in? I have dreamt quite a lot about monsters in my childhood. Okay. So what do you think? Has everyone written the answer? I have dreamt quite a lot about monsters in my childhood. Now, if I say that since who is it? Okay, all right. So if I say, guys, that this sentence is written in past tense, am I correct? How many of you say correct?
Ma'am, I said correct.
You will have to unmute and answer because I can't see you guys now.
Ma'am, I say correct. Ma'am, I
Correct.
Ma'am, I say correct.
So this sentence is in past tense.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh my God, you're all wrong then. Think here. Have.
Ma'am, present.
So you guys have to be careful. I have dreamt, it's something like I'm having a conversation with my friend right now. And, we are generally talking about nightmares and dreams. So this is my speech. And I'm saying, I have dreamt quite a lot about monsters in my childhood. So definitely dreamt means that I used to, and now I'm not dreaming anymore. But my sentence is in present form because I have used I have dreamt. Antika, stop playing with your hair. Next. I know it's a bump, let it be. Next, let's read this sentence. I had dreamt about Star Wars in my teenage. Which tense is this?
Ma'am, pass.
Because had hai na?
Yes, ma'am.
Samajh gaye? Now, coming back to the verb form of dream, dreamed ki dreamt.
Dreamt.
Past tense mein, dreamt. So this is wrong. And past participle may have dreamt. So this is also correct. Okay. Now another word is forgive. Forgive. What does forgive mean?
Ma'am, to like
Hindi में भी
to
बोल.
forgive someone means if someone has done a mistake, to
कर
let them go.
Yes.
माफ कर दो.
Maaf kar dena. And definitely to let go. Let go sort of thing, you can say. So forgive is present. Past mein, what will you say?
Forgive. Ma'am.
Forgive. Okay. And in past participle, matlab have laga hai ya had laga hai. So what are you going to say? For I had forgave her, or it should be something else. Yeah, I have forgave her. Yeah, I have forgive her.
I forgive her.
No.
I had forgiven.
Forgiven is the word. Whoever has answered it, correct. So here you will
Okay.
see that all the three verb forms are different. They go first is forgive, then forgave, and then forgiven. See, okay? And this is why past participle becomes important, that whenever you have to use have, either have, had, ya has, your verb will not be I have forgave her. I have forgiven her. Yeah, I had forgiven her.
Mom, I said.
Very good. Okay?
Even
Now,
I said.
good. I said. Okay, so this is about verb. Do you want to know phrases and clauses, or should we continue with our group discussion on books?
Phrases and clauses.
Okay, since you're all active today, let's do a bit of more grammar and then we will move on to the other topic of discussion today. Now, phrases and clauses. Okay, before that, let's take a test. You would love to answer this question. Wait. Everybody, solve this. Okay? There are 3 sentences written here and you have to use the correct verb form. Type the answer in the chat box and then you tally your answer with my answer.
Ma'am, can we repeat one word?
Whichever answer you feel is correct, you write it. Okay?
Or
I'm
like-
going to tell, no, I'm
repeat
going to
it.
tell the answer. You do as you think right now. It's a test.
Ma'am, do we have to post it in the chat box?
Yes. Don't write the entire sentence. Just
You
write it.
personally, Mama.
Personally bhi, jaise bhi. Okay? Let me know once everyone is done. Netik, are you here with us? Naisha, Netik? Since I'm sharing the screen, I can't see the kids, okay? So you have to unmute and let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo, let's discuss the answer. Have you ever dash across the village? Now, I can see the presence of the keyword have. अब जब have रहता है तो participle form में रहेगा, है कि नहीं? So जब participle form में है, so क्या होगा? Have you ever drive across the village? Have you ever drove across the village? Or have you ever driven across the village?
I'm driven.
Very good. How many of you have got driven as correct?
Me.
Okay. Now this is how you will know where to put which verb form. My father dashed me to the camp.
Drove.
Even if yesterday is not mentioned, I will be saying drove. He is going to dash to the airport this evening.
Right.
He is going to, yes. So he is going to definitely suggest a futuristic approach, but he will is not written. So I'm going to say that it's a, what will I say? He is going to drive to the airport this evening. Is it, will it be
Future tense.
future continuous tense or present continuous tense?
Future continuous.
Because you know they're saying this evening, this is something that is going to happen in future. Even will is not present.
Yes, ma'am.
Such questions are damn confusing, children, so you have to stay alert. Okay, so I hope everyone has got it right. Let's move on to phrases and clauses, but before that I want to have a personal chat with Kian and I want everyone to listen to it. Yes, Kian, chalo, unmute karo. Kian, last class mein when we were doing simple, compound and complex sentences, and let me revise, compound sentence में we use coordinating conjunctions and complex में we use subordinating conjunctions. Am I right? So we have fanboys and we have something that you told us was, yes.
I saw a verb.
Yes. Now then you told me that, because is a coordinating conjunction, but, later, because I was, even I was doubtful.
Which one?
Because.
Because is, I think, a fanboys, no?
Yes, this is where you were getting confused. So because is not in fanboys, because when we use fanboys, children,
right, B is but.
Yes, but then you even gave me a reason for that, Kian. You said कि जो so था, sometimes we use so and because together. Okay.
No, for and because.
For and because some reason
it was
you
for
gave.
and because. Yeah. It was for and
okay. So in compound, we will not have because. If you are using because, it's going to be in complex. Now, my doubt was, how will I know when to use a compound sentence and when to use a complex sentence? Children, aren't you confused?
No, yeah, but then in fanboys there's no because. The meaning was that for you can use with because, like
I got your explanation, but my question is very different right now. Definitely, if you're using because, it's not going to be a compound sentence, which means it's going to be a complex sentence. If I give you a couple of sentences and to identify कि ये compound है कि complex, and if you see a subordinating conjunction like because, since, as well as, although, etc., then you will directly tell me that, ma'am, it is a complex sentence. ठीक है? Now, how should these sentences be structured? Like, see, these are my two simple sentences.
Yeah.
Everybody, this is for everybody. Okay. I am sick, I didn't go to school. Join the sentences.
Can we reverse it?
I am sick, so I didn't go to school.
There are many ways to do it.
I didn't go to school for I'm sick.
No.
I didn't go to school, so I was sick. I didn't go to school.
Yes, see, there are so many ways, which means that two simple sentences can either be converted to compound or complex. It just depends, what is my question? If my question says convert simple to compound, ठीक है? ध्यान से सुनो. If my question says convert simple to compound, then I will be using coordinating conjunctions, है ना? Which is fanboys. And if my question says convert simple to complex, then I'm going to use the subordinating conjunctions. ठीक है? If my sentence says convert compound to complex, then again, since it's complex sentence, I will be using subordinating conjunctions. Am I making sense to you, children? Just let me know. Everyone is following my concern? Like, are you getting my doubt?
Yeah.
ठीक है. So now let's convert it simple to compound sentence. I am sick, so I didn't go to school. Fanboys में S stands for what?
So.
Everybody agrees? How about Shivansh, Ayantika?
Yeah, ma'am. So.
Everyone?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So.
Yes. Okay. So then, if so is in fanboys, so I'm going to say, I am sick, so I didn't go to school. A lot of times you will say, I didn't went to school. है ना? That's a wrong English. क्योंकि did के बाद past tense होता ही नहीं है. Now, I didn't go to school because I am sick. My next question. I didn't go to school because I am sick. Now, is it a complex sentence, children?
Oh yeah, it is.
How do you know?
Because from I saw verb, the last B is for because.
Because you see the subordinating conjunction because here, so you will say that ये complex sentence है.
Complex.
Now kids, now suppose I was not given, everyone listen, I was not given two simple sentences. ठीक है? This is the sentence that I got. I am sick, so I didn't go to school. It's a compound sentence, है कि नहीं? Because यहाँ पे दो clauses आ रहे हैं. Agree? Agree? Yes, agree?
Yeah, agree.
Now, this is a compound sentence. Now, change this to complex. I am sick, so I did not go to school today. And what will be the complex sentence here? I didn't go to school because I am sick. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. अब जब यहाँ तक सबको clear हो गया है, so I am going to brief you on main clause
And
subordinating clause. And also, I will start with phrases. ठीक है? What exactly are phrases? Give me 5 minutes to brief you on this. I hope everyone is attentive and it's not going bouncers. Please tell me if it's going bouncers to you. What does it mean going bouncers?
We are understanding it. Like,
yeah.
Understand.
Please tell me, children, if it's going bouncers, okay?
It's not going.
Okay, now, so this is what I wanted to share here. We're going to come back to clauses again in a while. Now, look at this page. What is a phrase? A phrase is a group of two or more words that acts as a single unit which will give more information to a sentence. It will not have verb in it. It's going to give additional information to your sentence. It's just a combination of 2 or 3 words together. Okay? Let's have a look at the examples. There are many phrases. The first one is adjective phrases. Niche dekho. Adjective phrases will do the same job as adjectives. It's going to describe your sentence. The tuba makes a sound. Okay? But then I have written a phrase. The tuba makes a loud but musical sound. Now, look at the difference. I'm making another sentence. Dhyan se sunna. I will go slow. The tuba makes a loud sound. Sound is a noun. Uske pehle loud tha. If there is just one word, loud, it's adjective. It's describing my noise. It's describing my noun as sound. Yes? Okay. No, I can see confused look. The tuba makes a sound.
What's a tuba?
It's a musical instrument. The tuba makes a loud sound. Everyone, I will not repeat, The tuba makes a loud but musical sound. Mera question sunna. My question is identification of a phrase. Okay, children? Identification of a phrase. And in phrase, minimum how many words should be there? 2. 2 or more words will make a phrase. It can be adjective, adverb, preposition, anything. Depending upon its placement in the sentence, you are going to get it as either adjective or whatever. Okay? Let's have a look at the first sentence. The tuba makes a sound. Normal sentence, I don't see any adjective. Okay? Second, the tuba makes a loud sound. It's describing. How is the sound? Loud. So loud is an adjective. Can I say that loud is an adjective phrase? Kids? Hello, everyone. Can I say that loud is an adjective phrase? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Yes.
No. As per the phrase ka definition, there should be more than 2 words, 2 or more words. यहाँ पर तो सिर्फ एक ही adjective present है, loud. So the tuba makes a loud sound. Mein loud is simple adjective, not an adjective phrase. Look at the third sentence. The tuba makes a loud but musical sound. I see 3 words. And since it's describing my noun sound, it's going to be adjective phrase. Did you guys get it? Naisha, Naisha, Anahita, Netik, are you getting what I'm talking here? Are you guys following?
Yes,
Samaira, are
ma'am.
you here or have you left because you had to go somewhere?
Ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, great. Are you following me?
Yes, ma'am.
So phrase means a combination of 2 or more words. Okay? Now, here the first was adjective phrase. The next one is adverb phrase, which actually does the same job as adverbs. Okay? The drummer plays extremely energetically. It means they have 2 adverbs back to back. If there is just one word, it becomes adverb. But now that there are 2 adverbs, it becomes adverbs phrase. आपको समझ में आ रहा है phrase क्या होता है? अगर हमारे पास 2 words आ रहे हैं ना, तो वो phrase में convert हो जा रहा है. And they are doing the purpose of an adverb here, so it's an adverb phrase. Next is preposition phrase. Dylan lost his music before the concert. Preposition tells about time, place, etc. So when did he lose his music? Before the concert. So before is a preposition phrase. Okay? Now let's go back to clauses. Everybody, clause. Now conjunctions I have described. Coordinating क्या होता है, subordinating क्या होता है. ठीक है? Although, because, unless, etc. Let's do clauses and sentence. Now what is a clause? Clause is a group of word which is built around a verb. Definitely clause के लिए verb होना चाहिए, but phrase में verb नहीं होता है. All the sentence, meaningful sentences, they are going to contain at least one clause. And generally, sentences are made up of 2 or more clauses. Now, there can be a main clause and then there can be a subordinate clause. Now, main clause are those clauses which will make sense on their own, which means, kids, just follow along. Now, the requirement for clause is verb should be there. I have written 2 sentences here. It shines brightly. Okay? The sun rises in the east. They are both clauses. Any doubt here? Any doubt कि ये clause नहीं है, Ayantika?
No.
Are they clauses? Hello? They are clauses. Are they clauses? Clause is going to have a verb in it. It shines brightly. Shine is a verb, so it is a clause. The sun rises in the east. Rise is a verb, so it is, again, the whole sentence is a clause. Now we have to differentiate main clause kaun sa hai and subordinating clause kaun sa hai. So main clause can stand alone. It shines brightly. Does it make sense to you? What is it shines brightly? Doesn't make sense. But if I say the sun rises in the east and shines brightly.
Yes.
Yeah. The sun rises in the east and shines brightly. So every sentence is going to have 2 or more clauses in it. Yahan par I have 2 clauses because I have 2 verbs. Got it? Are you getting me? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Sleeping? No sleeping, children? Everyone? So now we have 2 clauses here. Definitely, this is my main clause and this is my subordinate clause. This is what I wanted to discuss. Now, I am writing clause ka spelling as if it's Santa Claus. ठीक है. So this is where we will stop the learning and start with the discussion. Okay?
Mom,
Stop sharing. Yes.
Mom, can I ask a question?
Yes. Wait. So Anvika, I will listen to your question after we do something else because we are all running short of time today. Okay, so everybody, are you all ready for the discussion of the book? Okay. But before that, tell me, was it an interesting session today? But a lot of information was there, so I'm sure you will need revision of this class. Do you want a revision on phrases, clauses, and other things that we did today? Yeah, we will take it in the next. We will take it in the next class again. Now, why it is essential that we cover all these topics? Because only once you know these rules, you can adapt your sentences to it. You are going to make your sentences better. That once you write your draft, definitely your draft is going to have a lot of simple sentences. Then try to cover it up. Okay? Yeah. Chalo. So who has left the meeting? Someone left the meeting. So I'm going to start with my book discussion, and then I'm going to tell you guys to do it. Since Samira has to leave early, she can go after me. Now, when it comes to Ayantika, can you stop the recording and record again, because I want to post it in the next meeting. Stop the recording. Okay, so now we will discuss about the book. So generally when it comes to reading books, I know it is an intimidating task, and a lot of us need encouragement that, not always we want to read books. Same goes with me as an adult. It's just me here and you are all kids. So I want to share my challenges with you. That, when mama keeps on telling us, read a book, read a book, read a book, but we don't end up reading. The same problem happens with me, although my mama doesn't tell me how, go and read the book. It's me who want to read a book. Okay, so once you become grown-ups, mama is not going to bother you much. You will have to decide for your own self. So it's better to adapt to a good habit of reading books so that we don't need constant reminders from our parents. Okay, reading books are an extremely amazing as well as I would say important task, not to be missed. While I was having this challenge of focusing कि ये book मुझसे होगा कि नहीं होगा, I can't finish a book, I was going through a lot of famous personalities, okay, and how they end up reading 100 books in a year. And I was like, how can you read 100 books? I can't even finish one book in 1 year. Do you want to know this story? Yeah. So you know what happened? They don't read one book together. They have 5 to 6 books and they read them parallelly. Some days, I would want to read one book and the other book is boring. I'm not in the mood. And then a lot of times I procrastinate. ठीक है मैं कल करूंगी परसों करूंगी, I am delaying my task. These days, I am actually punctual and I make sure that as soon as I finish my morning cup of tea, for you it would be your milk, I give 10 minutes to reading. And if you adapt this habit, you will end up reading it every day. And 10 minutes also makes a huge difference when I accumulate it together in a month. Okay? So these are the 2 books that I'm reading, kids. One is Atomic Habits. I'm sure you know this book because we discussed this book. As a person, I like more of non-fiction books because while growing up, I was just into academics and I love to extract data and information. That's my personality. So I prefer having more of non-fiction books. Now, the disadvantage I'm telling you, what would be the advantage and disadvantage of following only one genre? Am I sounding fine? Is it an interesting session? You want to hear more?
Yes, Mom, it's extremely interesting.
My daughter says middle, bore ho raha hai, mama.
No, Mama, it's
Okay.
interesting.
Now see, if you read non-fiction books, how can it benefit you? Non-fiction books are going to make you wise. As you grow into adults, it's definitely going to make you wise. Okay? You will be able to help your parents, give your suggestions. You'll be having a lot of information about a lot of things. So it definitely makes you more mature. It increases your IQ, your general awareness. But at the same time, when it comes to communicating, non-fiction books would not help you if you want to be a good speaker, if you want to write well. Non-fiction books would not at all help you. And that is where a fiction book comes into picture. Okay? So if I am reading a lot of fictional stories, I would be an extremely amazing writer. Okay, Shivansh? I will write amazingly well because, I know the words, I know how the sentences are structured, how the author goes around a particular setting, etc., etc. And since, it's all about speaking, if I'm talking to my friend and I have read a lot of fiction books, I will implement all those in my speech. But can I talk all the time about atomic habits because it's written in some, in facts and datas? People would not want to listen to that. Okay? So coming back to these two books, one is Atomic Habits and the other one is How to Raise an Adult. This book I chose to read because I always try to see how to raise a child since I'm a mother. But recently, I was just thinking about it. Instead of changing my kids, I should also change my own self. And what are the mistakes I am making as I am growing into, an adult and into an adulthood? Like much more than suppose if I was in my 20s, now I'm in my 30s. So I have to mature with my age also, and everyone makes mistakes, so I want to see where am I going wrong. So this book helps me. What are the things that I'm doing wrong? And when it comes to Atomic Habits, I want to set my habits the right way. So I'm reading this book, trying to adapt to a lot of strategies mentioned by the author, that is James Clear. I'm yet to finish the book, but I'm trying to, read as much as I can. So that's all about the two books that I'm reading currently. I want Samaira to go next.
Mama,
Yes,
I thought you have to talk about them.
I did speak.
I thought you have to tell what happens.
Since it's a non-fiction story, I don't have a character setting and other things to talk about. Okay? Yeah. Go ahead, Samaira. Show your book and then you can. Yeah.
Mom, after Samaira, can I do?
Yeah.
My book is The Witches, written by Roald Dahl.
Great.
So Roald Dahl was a very famous author. He written famous stories. He wrote famous stories and rhymes. His favorite illustrator was Quentin Blake. He loved the color yellow and adored spiders. Once Roald Dahl put his first wife's coat in the freezer. His wife scolded him, but the coat was pretty chilled out. He was born on 13th September in 1916. His parents were from Norway.
Okay, great.
In the story, there is a boy who is also from Norway but lives in England. Every year, when his winter holidays arrive, he goes to Norway to meet his grandmother. One day, they were driving in an icy weather, uh, ju- just just north of Oslo. Suddenly, their car skidded off the road and went in a rocky ravine. The parents were killed, but the boy was strapped tightly on the back of the seat, so he received only a cut on the forehead. He finally reached his grandmother's home. His grandmother knew a lot about the witches. She told him about the witches. First, she told him that he had to believe what she was saying. Then, she told him that real witches dress in ordinary clothes and look very much like ordinary women, and they live in ordinary houses and work in ordinary jobs. Witches hate children more than anything else. So one day, both the grandmother and the boy decided to move to England. They had to reside in a hotel. They did not. They did not had a house in have a house in England. So they they went in a hotel, and this also saw that the RSPC, the Royal Society, that prevention of cruelty to children, were there, but the ladies were actually witches, and the boy just thought to go there, and he was playing tricks with his mouse Daisy. So he was just playing when he saw something awful, that the witches were taking out their wigs and shoes, and the grand high
Okay.
witch just took out.
Samaira, yes, that's great. And I want to add something to it since everyone will get just 2 minutes to speak. Okay. So very good job done. I loved how you have provided information about the author. And what are the things that you can implement is that when we are talking about books, it's a general discussion that we are having. And it should not be text based, it should not be like a summary. There's a difference between a book discussion and summary. Okay. So you have to put forward your thought. So when you put forward your thought, then it's going to be quite in a casual way. Okay. And it's sounding more formal to me, and it's sounding more structured. And that's something that I want to avoid when we are having book clubs, because it's a general conversation that we have. Okay? So you don't have to remember the datas and facts from the story, but you have to present more of your opinions and what you have felt about the book, and would you recommend it to other children. Okay? Okay. Next, Anvika. Samaira, you can stay. Okay, Ayantika.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope she will attend the class from my phone.
Chalega. Just stay on mute and video off and keep listening to the class.
All right.
Okay, bye. Have fun. Happy New Year. I'm going to say wish everyone towards the end, okay?
Happy New Year.
Yes. Hi, Shania. Happy New Year. Bye-bye. Chalo, Ayantika, nahi, abhi it is Anvika's turn. Come on, Anvika, go.
Can I go after Anvika?
Yes, Anahita. And then Naisha, and then Netik, and then Kian. Okay.
Mama,
Kian.
I want Anvika.
Yeah, after Anvika, Ayantika, and then Anahita. Okay, go ahead.
Today, my book's name is Diary of a Wimpy. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Deep End. The illustrator of the book is Jeff Kinney. Some other famous books written by him are Roderick Rules, Dog Days, The Long Howl, Wrecking Ball, and The Meltdown. Jeff Kinney is a #1 New York best-selling author and a 6-time Euclidean Kids' Choice Award for favorite books. He is also the creator of Poptropica, which was named one of its time's 50 best websites. His signature way to start his book is by telling, "This book is not a diary, it's a journal." He is a fictional writer. Well, coming back to our story. This story is based on a family in which there are 5 members: Susan Heffley, Frank Heffley, Roderick Heffley, Greg Heffley, and Manny Heffley. But Manny is still a 3-year-old baby. Susan and Frank are parents of Broderick, Greg, and Manny. This nuclear family has been living in their grandma's basement in very, very, very bad condition. But they're also the same routine. But they're also the same routine. Roderick and Greg still always always find a reason to fight, no matter how silly it would be. Manny is always the troublemaker and mostly blames it on Greg. But mom Susan thinks that just what they needed is holiday, but all they needed was a holiday from each other. They decided to go on a camping trip and where they went to buy things for the from the store. They get lots of worrying problems and alerts from the shopkeeper
Okay,
about the
Anvika, we will stop here. Again, I would say the same thing as I told Samaira, that this is a group discussion and not a summary. Okay? And the things that I loved about your speech was that I could see a lot of eye contact. So when we have any of such discussions, we should look into the team members' eyes. And when we do it virtually, it means that we have to look in our camera. How can we do that? Is next time you can write it in your word format and read it along, looking at your screen rather than looking in your paper. It's better that these are few tricks that helps you to take any conferences in future, attend any virtual meeting. Okay? Next is Ayantika and then Anahita. Go again. Yeah.
My book is Secret 7, Part 1, and it is written by Enid Blyton, and it is also illustrated by Enid Blyton. The publisher is Hodder Books. So,
But my question here, Ayantika, can you see any illustration in this book?
no. There's on
Open
the
the
front page. I think the front page counts.
No, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Inside, if you see in any of the chapters, are there any illustrations mentioned?
No.
Okay, then there's no illustrator. Enid Blyton is not the illustrator. Don't make it up unless you know for sure. Okay, go ahead.
Blyton is the author of this book, and it is published by Hodder Books.
Mm-hmm.
In this book, it's time for a top secret meeting of the Secret 7 friends in their detective club. They are really hoping for an exciting mystery to investigate. When Jack overhears the struggle outside an abandoned house, he's sure that something's up. Could someone be trapped inside? The children will stop at nothing to find out.
That was an amazing shortcut, but let me point it out to children. You may find that Ayantika's speech was amazing, but you know what she did? She just read the blurb. Yes, Naisha. Okay, next, Anahita. That is what happens when, you go unprepared. At least you could have, I know you read the book, you could have put your thoughts into it. Chalo, go. Anahita, next. Anything that you like, okay. Yeah. Just speak about the best moment from this book, your favorite part.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, and my favorite part is when Charlie finds a golden ticket in a shop and gets to visit the chocolate factory, and he wins the whole chocolate factory, and the chocolate factory becomes Charlie's.
Great. That's great, Anahita. Well done.
Thank you.
Next is Naisha.
My book is Judy Moody Goes to College. The author is Megan McDonald and the illustrator is Peter H. Reynolds. In this book, Judy Moody Judy Moody's dad tells her that you have to go to college to do a class with an 8th grader.
Okay.
So Judy says, no, I don't want to do the class. And when she does it, and it was really fun. And then her father said that, come on, Judy, it's time to go. Then Judy said that already it's time up.
Okay. Yes. Naisha, go ahead. You're doing a good job. Don't get scared.
When Judy Moody said it's time up already, I thought it wasn't even more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
That was my
Now,
favorite.
that was your favorite part. Good. Now, can I give some changes that you can do in your next session?
Yes.
Now, we often hear about direct indirect speech, okay, which we read in grammar. Hai na? Ma'am teaches us in English language class. So when you are giving your opinion, you should not be picking up the phrases like, he said that, this and that. You have to, she said that, and then the dad said that. These were the words that I could hear in your speech. Don't pick up the sentences exactly as how it is framed in the book. Since it's your opinion, you will have to put forward your thoughts on it, which means I felt this was a good part as she did this. Okay? Okay? Next is Netik.
The story I read was George's Marvelous Medicine, and it was written by Roald Dahl.
It is written by, yeah.
Roald Dahl was a British writer. He wrote 20 children novels and many stories. He wrote in his shed at the back of his garden. In the story, there is a boy named George. His parents left him at the house alone, and his mother was going to the market to buy groceries. His father was in the farm, and he was alone in the house to take care of his grandmother. He tries everything to help and comfort her, but she is never happy. Then he decides to make a medicine to make her feel better. When George gives the medicine to Grandma, it makes her enormous, which makes her think she is magical. Then
Okay.
George...
Yes, Netik. I would like to stop you now. Again, the same suggestion I would like to add here is, it is something that should come from your own point of view, and it should not sound as a summary, okay? You should say, this is what I like about the story, and when the medicine was made, this happened, and I found it really funny. And then you have to give some characteristic of the main character, that he, for example, since I have not read the story, I'm just giving you a cue, that you may put forward this point that this was really an unkind gesture by George to trouble his grandmother by meddling up with his medicines. Okay? This is how we should talk in a book club. I did not ask you to give a summary, so it should be a very casual conversation where people are chatting and talking about the best moments from the book. Last one is Kian's. Kian's, your turn. But we are going to do more of such things, so you will get a good practice, everyone. Okay, this was just the first time. Kian, go ahead. Yeah.
I had the same book. I read the same book, but I knew that somebody would read it, so I had a backup.
Okay, you had a backup. Go ahead, Kian.
My book is The Horrid Henry's Wicked Ways, written by Francisca Simon, illustrated by Tony Gross. This book tells you about it. 10 favorite stories about Horrid Henry and his wonderful
Kian,
spectacular.
are you reading through the pages?
No, I'm not. I'm just reading the backside. And then I'll
Huh.
explain it.
No, reading from the backside. Your words. Sit
Oh.
and look in the camera and tell me what was the most exciting part from the book.
The most exciting part from the book, Mom left. Mom left.
Yeah, I'm here.
The most exciting part from the book is like Horrid had to write the thank you letters for the Christmas gift, and he hated writing the thank you letters for good ones, and as for the bad ones, his mother forced him to write. If he doesn't write, she'll not give pocket money for a month, and she will not allow him to watch TV. So and his dad and Horrid Henry afterwards said that, like, you are the most horrible and mean parents in the world. I feel very bad about that, and I felt like the Horrid Henry shouldn't say that, and because like everyone should write thank you letters for the people because they have spent time and money for you. So after that, he went to the room and then wrote the thank you letters in a very mean way. And then Henry lied to his mother that I wrote the letters, and Henry's brother, who was perfect Peter, who wrote all the letters in a wonderful and a spectacular way.
Okay. Yes, time's up, Kian. Time's up. So Anvika sounds confusing here because I am sure Anvika would be like, Kian is talking just like how I spoke, ma'am. So that presence of this. But there was an addition of his own opinion, which actually helped him get, 5 more marks than you. Okay, Anvika? Which was along with saying that, these are the words suggested by the author. My personal opinion is that it is mean and the other things that he said. Okay, so he did a good job. I would not say it's perfect. You still have to work on a lot of things. And I can see that you are unprepared. Generally, in book clubs, we should go unprepared. But at least we should know the format of how book clubs happen. So the task is go on YouTube and try to attend, watch videos on how people have their book clubs. There are a lot of videos on that. And then you will know the general format and the ambience of book clubs. Okay? Can you do that?
Okay.
But a very, I would say, a good try, everyone. The best part is that you guys read books in these 5 days, 6 days since our last class. So that was my agenda, that at least you finished one book. And I'm going to see you next year, which happens to be tomorrow, but we're going to meet you next week. All right. So wish you guys a
Mom,
very
I was scared when you said last class.
last class of 2023. So have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Okay? Enjoy, eat good food, take good care of your health, and I'll see you next year. Happy New Year, everyone.
New Year's resolution.
Happy New Year, Mom.
New Year resolution? Oh, yes, that's a good idea, Anahita. Everyone, task is make your New Year resolution. Okay?
What's
And
that now?
and just if you want to share with me, that's also fine. Share it on my personal chat. If not, if you want to keep it to yourself, just write it in your personal diary. What I do, I have a jar which I used to do with my nephews. I'm not doing it anymore. But we have a say glass jar with a lid on it. Okay. So we write all the good things that happened this year in chits, small chits. So I'm grateful for this event that happened this year, and a lot of wonderful things that you can recollect from all these 12 months, and put it in that grateful 2023 jar. Now, in 2024, what are you expecting? What do you look forward to? Any good habits that you want to work on? Any bad habits that you want to get rid of? Write all these things. It's fun to do, because what people do is next year in December 2024, you can open the resolution jar and see how many of the tasks or how many of your wishes came true and got accomplished. Okay? It's always going to make you a better person.
Mom, that's a nice idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So things that you want in the next year, and in December 2024, just open and see how many of your wishes got.
Mom, I will definitely try it.
Yeah. Chalo, bye. Thank you.
Bye, Mom. Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Bye,
Happy
Mom.
New Year.
Happy New Year.